now listening to the greatest.
Hey, you know J Ray got girls here going way, 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 way.
All right, it's part 2. If you don't know who Ashley is, you should have looked at the first episode because I'm not introducing her again. She is what she is. So Ashley wants to talk about life stuff, y'all. We're gonna talk about one of my least favorite topics: relationships and dating and breakups, because that was another.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me fix this fan real quick. My camera get a little hot, so I try to put the fan on my guest in the camera. My camera would go through. All right, sorry about that technical difficulty. But when we first met, we also, other than talking about like your career and everything, a lot happened within that 24-hour span. You know what I mean? I'll let you take the road.
A lot happened within that day.
Yeah, I'll let
Not
you take
that
the
a lot happened within like the hour.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like, the last 5 hours. Yeah, that was a while.
You want to take them through what happened, or?
I don't even remember fully because it happened so quickly, and it was just like a moment of, I'm out. I was just seeing a guy, and then clarity hit me, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. And I was done with him after that. I don't know how it happened. It just hit me out the blue.
Mm-hmm.
And, no, I met a relationship coach, and he was telling me all these things. And everything he said made so much sense to me that I thought, I don't want to see this man anymore. And that was that for me. That was just it.
So do you feel like, how many, was that your first breakup ever, or no?
Ever? No. I'm 26. No.
Oh, I thought you were like 23.
Thank you.
26?
26, yes.
I thought you told me you was 23. Okay, so what was, I don't know, fuck that, I'm not finna ask it. I got an interview. How many breakups have you?
I don't know.
That's wild. Yo, so, I'm not.
4? I'm trying to think, like, who's a real boyfriend who's, like, just a talking stage thing.
Oh, y'all girls do that? That's crazy. That's wild. But look, I'm gonna let you finish though. That's wild. That's almost like when girls say, if he don't last long, he wasn't a body. That's wild. That's pretty much what you're saying.
I'm saying, like, if we weren't actually in a relationship, did we break up, or did we just?
Okay. Okay, we're talking about actual committed relationships.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think about. Like, who's considered an actual boyfriend? I don't even consider that last guy an actual boyfriend. Like,
how long was y'all talking, or together, or whatever?
A couple months. I don't even remember. It was more of like, I don't want to say this because it sounds so bad. And he's cool. He's a cool guy. We're cool to this day. But it was more of like, I had just gotten out of a relationship. I had a lot of things going on with myself mentally, emotionally. I still had feelings for this guy I should have never even known.
So you had a.
And then I was talking to him.
You have feelings for another guy that.
Before I even started talking to the last guy, yeah.
Yo, man, it's treacherous out here, y'all.
It really was. It really was. That was so.
Oh my gosh.
But I think that was on me though. That was my mistake. That was my wrongdoing. And when you have a rebound, you treat that person like they're the end all to be all. And I think I treated him like that, and that was my mistake. And I started to feel bad about it. But as soon as he did something I didn't like that day, it was over. It was kind of. I think I called one of my friends, Prissy, my roommate. I called her and was like talking to her about it, and she was like, "No, this doesn't sound good. Like, I don't know about this." And I said, "Yeah, I think I just needed to hear it out loud." And that was that kind of like we went back and forth for a little bit, but I was kind of just like, I'd rather be single anyway. I'd rather see some other guys. Like, I met like 3 other guys that same day at the park, so I was like, I'd rather get to know these people.
Yeah, that's wild. I ain't even gonna lie. At least you took accountability.
Yeah.
I was gonna give you, you know what I'm saying, your flowers for taking accountability. A lot of women don't take accountability. You know that
my
myth
best
is out
friend
there.
said the same thing to me this morning.
But that last part is crazy. You had 3 other guys right after.
I was turning down guys the entire time I was talking to him because I actually really liked him, but I didn't say okay, but I really liked the guy. I just felt like he was a nice person. And, yeah, I would never do someone like that. Like, be talking to them and be like adamant they talk to only me, but I'm talking to other people. Or
have you ever had that situation?
Yeah, several times. Yeah, men do that a lot though.
Don't put us in there. Don't put us in there. We talking about you right now. Listen,
I don't do that to people personally. I don't do that to people. Yeah. I don't demand you just talk to me.
Okay.
I don't demand it. I might ask that you just talk to me because I don't want. I might want to be outside, but I don't want you outside. But even if I might feel that way, I still give men that I deal with. I give them the leeway to decide. Like, okay, I want to just kick it with Ashley, or I'm not gonna kick it with Ashley. I want to be single. I think people should be able to have that freedom.
I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Twin, it sounds like you're confused, bro. Do you want to be in a relationship, or do you just want to, like, are you in your, because
I mean, today.
It's sometimes it's okay with having fun. Like, it's okay with just,
I started dating someone like 2-3 months ago. Mm-hmm. We had a good thing going. We really did.
So I guess the question I'm asking: are you looking for something serious,
no,
or
right now, no.
do you really think you just want to keep having fun?
I think I love the guy I just was seeing, and that's crazy to say because I only knew him for like a certain amount of months. But I love him because I saw so much of myself in him, and I felt more understood by him than anybody else. So like, I feel like the best idea is to be single, because if you meet someone and you like them more than you've liked anyone ever, or you fall for them so quickly and so hard more than you ever did for anybody else, and it's within a short amount of time, first off, you feel guilty because you're like, dang, my ex-boyfriend of 2 years asked for a lot from me that I couldn't give him, but this man could ask me for the shirt off my back and I give it to him.
How is that guilty though? Like, what does he have to do with the equation? Like, that just means
I feel guilt. Like, I feel like I treated certain guys so wrong.
But he just probably, they probably weren't the right guys for you though. Like,
True.
So
but this guy is also, I don't know if he's the right guy for me or not. He's the right guy in my head. I love him. I like him a lot. But you can't force someone else to love you and choose you and want to be with just you. So I think, you have to give people the leeway to make that decision over time. And I think when you jump into a relationship with someone like he and I did, within 2 months, we jumped into a relationship. I think within 2 months, literally. It was like the last day of 2 months of knowing each other. When we jumped into that relationship so quickly, all of our other issues that we basically ignored to get together started coming to light. Everything that we were doing behind each other's backs was coming to light. All of our past issues, all of our just things that we should have never done. I still had certain feelings for a certain guy. I could never really just shake him off of me, and I couldn't understand why, because he's not like a god or anything. He's just a man. He's just a man. I'm saying it for myself as well. But like, there were certain people I just couldn't shake. Like, my first love, I couldn't shake the feeling of not being able to talk to him every day. A guy that I knew, like, we weren't even in a relationship. We never dated or anything. But I just couldn't shake, like, thinking about him. Oh, he watched my story. Oh, my God, why am I thinking about him again? Why am I just thinking about him at random? Why am I considering not going to certain places because I don't want to run into him here? Why am I reminiscing about certain things? Why is this, coming in my head? Certain things like that. I think you should take a step back and be single and think about, like, how is it possible that I'm so into this one man and there's other things, other factors in the back of my mind, but when I'm with him, nothing's in my mind. Like, I don't think about another person at all. When I'm with him, it's just him. I'm engrossed in him. I fall deeper and deeper every time I see him. Every time I think about him, I fall more and more in love with him. But no one else ever had me like this. No one has ever had me more just sprung off of them like he has.
Maybe that's the guy for you, though.
Maybe, but maybe not. We both, and I mean both, made our mistakes. We both did things. But he may be the one. Ooh. I'll know in a couple months.
You're making my head spin right now. Fellas.
I just feel like you don't know. Within 2-3 months, you don't know that's the one. You just,
I get you, yeah.
Yeah, but you need to deal with those other factors. What I'm saying, like, he needs to deal with his other factors. I'm just not gonna talk about what he did. That's not something for me to do. I'm not gonna put his business out there. Wink, wink. But I think, like, I think he needs to deal with his factors. I need to deal with mine. And if we come back together, great. If we don't, okay.
All right. I guess I respect that. I think I could have held together. I get that part, like, the part where you fall in love and you become a different person that you've never seen with other people. But I think that's the biggest pro over the rest of the cons. Obviously, yeah, y'all got some healing to do. I think everybody does. You know what I mean? But it sounds like he was the one. Maybe y'all did jump into the relationship too quick.
Yeah.
But I think y'all could have still
Maybe
figured
he's
something
the
out.
one for me, but I might not be the one for him.
How? You just said you like head over heels about him. Like he made you
That's
feel.
me.
He made you feel a way you never felt about another person.
He also did things. So that made me think maybe it's not. Maybe
like in his past or while y'all was together?
While we were together. We both did things while we were together, but made me look back and go, maybe we're not for each other for real. Maybe it's just for me. Maybe it's just my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know.
This generation of dating is
It's very confusing and very stupid if you ask me. But then again, it's not really new. Like your grandfathers were doing worse. Your grandfathers had other families. I know mine. Never mind. I know not my grandfathers, but I know some people who had other families. I know some people who had wives and children and you know, came home to you every night.
That's wild. Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, what other life things did you want to discuss?
I don't know. I don't know really.
What's
I can talk about anything.
I'm giving you the outlet to say like what was the I don't know because there's really nothing going on in the entertainment world right now. But
There's Halle Bailey and DDG stuff.
I thought about that. I was gonna save that for now. You know, fuck it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Are you team DDG or team Halle?
I am team Halo, the baby.
Okay, all right. I like that answer. All right. Tight shit. Nah, facts.
I think they're both kind of, they need to deal with their own issues separately, but they need to heal what they had going on with each other because you have a child together now. And I think it's you know, enough to feel anger with each other, but it's another thing to feel like going to all this stuff. And now your business is out there.
You think both of them are at fault, or do you think one is at fault?
Both. I think both. I'm sorry. I crashed out too. Halle, I get it. There are worse texts on my
you
phone.
Crashed out? What you mean you
I've
crashed out?
never put an air tag on someone's car though. That's where you lost me. That's where.
Oh, she put an air tag on his car?
I saw that. I said.
She put an air tag on his car?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I saw something about that on Twitter. I was like, well.
So your crash outs are like
mid compared to that. No.
So you never like physically crashed out?
Well, no.
You don't got to admit any crime on this platform if you don't want to.
Oh, I'm expunged, so I can. But yeah, I have. I've had my moments. My first love, yeah, I had my moment.
So what do you think makes a woman crash out? Like what?
Being lied to, being led on for a long time. I think that's what really makes women crash out the most. I think men sometimes scare you, and you might have that in you where you really want to lose your mind, but you're like, I don't know, he might do something worse to me. You're not a real crash out. Because I have some aunts that are real crash outs. But I think sometimes it's just the feeling of being played and being your emotions being toyed with so much over time that it does make you just lose it a little. It just makes you mentally unsound. And, you know, it was like something someone told me very recently. A man, he said to me, you know, I am just not good for your mental health based off of my actions. You know, I am just not good for your mental health. And that was the most honest thing any man has ever said to me, because other men will willingly sit and play in my face and be in my life, and I might not give them any reaction. I might not, you know, because it might not have ever gotten to that physical level yet. So they may still be playing in my face, and I might notice it, but there's nothing making me want to lose it, you know. But I think also, and I hate to say this so crassly, but some men are really good in bed, and that messes with your mind. And I think if you know you're walking around Mr. Really Good in Bed, and there have been women that lost it over you, just at least let them know beforehand. Like, shit can get crazy over here. I think you should just be saying, like, hey, shit gets kind of cuckoo over here. But there are men who won't tell you that. And you have to find out, like, the hard way. Either from you going crazy or finding out about someone else going crazy or doing something crazy.
So yeah, I think this is my opinion. Don't you think it's a little easier just to walk away than crash out?
Leave. Leave him at the first sign. Leave him at the, literally, if I can go back in time, I would think about this every day. I would think about this every day of this week. If I can go back in time to a certain point, to certain people, I would have tapped myself on the shoulder and been like, you just need a hug. You don't need to be here. You don't need to go and see this man. You don't need to let him come and see you. You don't need to, don't even speak to this man. You met him here at this party, this club, this place. You just met this random man. Leave him. Leave him today. I think it's only like 3 men in my entire life that I could look back on and be like, I wish I would have just walked away and been like, no, the first time, at the first sign, I wish I would have blocked them and kept them blocked. Like the very first time, at the very first sign of trouble, the very first sign of, I wish I would have left and stayed gone. That's my problem. I'll leave. I will leave, but I'll be back. That's my issue. I might come back because I might, decide later on, like, oh, I kind of miss him, and was it really that bad? And
so you be spinning the block, basically.
Yeah, I'll gaslight myself into it. Like, but yes, Ashley, it was just that bad.
That's wild. It's crazy. What else you got? There was another one I can't think of. I wrote down for that episode. It was Halle, DDG. What's the other one? What's the top one right now?
Cardi B and Stephon Diggs.
Oh, no, fuck that. I don't even keep up with that.
They look cute together, though. They look cute.
Hold on. I gotta look it up. I got it on here, though. No, it was another situation, man. Oh. Let's talk about the B. Simone. Did you hear about that? Yeah. Wait. I'm gonna play the, before we even get into it. What people don't know, because my followers it's kind of a diverse demographic. So some of the old people, or people just don't generally keep up with celebrity stuff or social media stuff. I'm gonna play the clip for them. I'm gonna play the first clip. This is from a while back.
Can't have a 9 to 5.
What? Why not? You don't want him to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
So
like
he can't
clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn,
I
B.
think
Simone.
entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's a mechanic,
I'm sure, but no, you're not gonna understand my lifestyle. You're not gonna understand why I'm up at 3 a.m.
Damn, you making this hard for me. Okay, all right.
He has to be an entrepreneur,
a business owner. He getting one of them stimulus packages from Donald Trump, one of them small business loans, and he ain't buying jewelry with it.
or moving into that direction.
Yeah. All right.
He can't have a 9 to 5.
That was a clip. I don't know when that was. I remember when it came out, though. I remember when it came out, and I thought I talked about it in this, but I guess I had saved it for another day. And then this just recently came out, what she said recently. By the way, B. Simone is like a comedian. Social media influencer.
Finances.
Yeah, so there it goes.
Finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
So yeah, that's what she said recently. That was on her podcast. I don't know the name of it. Sorry, B. Simone. And I was actually, when she first came out, I was a fan of B. Simone. Like, I was a fan of her work. I think she started with Desi Banks, and they would do little skits, and then she kind of branched off, did her own thing. Then she's on Wild 'N Out, and then she just kind of branched off from that and started really doing her own solo thing with a comedy and stand up and actual, her own little skits or whatever. But yeah, when that first came out, it was kind of wild. I wanted to talk about it. And I was rooting to be Simone because I felt like, we don't know these celebrities behind closed doors, but I felt like she was a down-to-earth person by the way she kind of carried herself at first. And she came out with that clip. Now she came out with this clip. I just don't know what to make of it. But first of all, let me just say, H&M to me is expensive. Like, I'm not paying $50 for a pair of plain jeans at that. I know on the women's side, y'all stuff is probably cheaper. For the men, they be taxing. I'm not even going to hold. So for everybody to say that, I'm like, I don't know, twin. Like, to shade H&M like that, I don't know. But
I think H&M costs a pretty penny.
Yeah.
I think they do have a lot of deals though.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's what she was referring to. Yeah, I love H&M, so I don't know what she was talking about. But Bloomingdale's, leaving Bloomingdale's to go to H&M is crazy. Even hearing it again, it's still okay. It's like Bloomingdale's is just it's just like Macy's really. So that's why I'm like, are you really, really broke or something? Like, what's going on for real? Because that's like you could pay $100 for a dress compared to paying like H&M maybe $30 to $40 for a dress. So I don't know what her expenses are looking like. That's but I think financial advisors will take certain people, like they'll give you a consultation for free. So maybe she should do that. I don't know. I'm not giving her advice though. I'm not trying to be like that person. I'm not rich. But I feel like the first clip, that is so funny because that is a blast from the past. I remember when that came out, and I thought she was right.
Wow.
Realistically, she's right though, because if you're an entrepreneur, the best option for you is to date an entrepreneur, maybe even a doctor or a nurse.
She should have said it like that then. She shouldn't have said, I won't date a 9 to 5. I'll date somebody that's in my field because mentally they just, they get it. You know what I mean?
That's what a lot of people weren't understand. I think a lot of people haven't dated entrepreneurs. I've dated an entrepreneur before, and
how was that experience like?
Terrible. No, I'm just kidding. He's not a terrible guy. All love to him. But I have dated an entrepreneur, and you do have to spend a lot of hours waiting around for them to get done with work because they work all the time.
I was about to say that too, because me and Twins are going to talk about that later. We was definitely going to talk about how, because I've had like my last experience was like when I was graduating, I was talking to somebody, and let's just say the last conversation was like, yeah, I feel like you're too busy. Like it was like I wasn't putting in enough or anything. It was like I treated her wrong. It was just like, you're really too busy. So that made me start to think like, this is just college, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to make it imagine once I actually get in that field and it really gets time consuming. Like I'm pretty sure your dad's an entertainment film. Like that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of like sacrifices. You know what I mean? I don't know how well up he is in there, but I know there's certain people in that career field, like you'll miss a couple birthdays, you'll miss a couple wedding anniversaries.
No, he's not that high up.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying like that's where I want to go, and I know like I probably have to find a person that's willing to ride with. Same age as you.
26?
Yeah. Why you? No, I'm just fine. They already know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say you're young, so I mean, and you're a man, so you have a lot of time. So you can spend like the next 10 years focused solely on working. But I don't think anyone should do that. I think you should also take time for romance because love is everyone needs love. Everyone needs companionship. So take small parts out of your life for that. Find people who can be at the same, level with you mentally. Because some people will want to be with you knowing they cannot handle that. And they'll derail your progress.
I wholeheartedly agree, but I think my problem is like I'm a big overthinker. So I'm like, while we can enjoy this romance, but I also need to know like 10 years down the line, will it still be like this? You know what I mean? I don't want to start something. You ever like, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I can talk about this with you, but I was trying to save content for another friend. But I'll kind of slightly touch on it. Have you seen what Michelle Obama's been saying about like that and that's where like, because when they first met, you know what I mean? It was everything, butterflies. They had time for each other. But when you get to I don't want to say a certain status, when you get in a certain career field and you got so much pressure on you, you're trying to continuously succeed and not really be knocked out of your box or whatever. It's like a big strive to just really be successful. So you put everything to that, and you try not to like neglect anyone over here, like family or whether it's a relationship partner. But I don't know how to explain it. It's something when men we get in that mode is just it's like a tunnel vision. And that's what I'm trying to say is like I don't want to start that here and then 10 years down the road now my ex-life partner starting a podcast talking about all the shit she had to go through because of, my career. But then you also can play it LeBron and Savannah James. Like, she doesn't have a problem with it because she understands it. And she's willing to, hey, babe, all right, I'll see you in 6 months, you know what I mean? Or I'll see you every twice a month. I'll take care of the kids, by myself every once in a while. So I guess it's more of a choice, I guess, within that. But I just know me personally, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Even after that small experience, and it wasn't a big deal. Like we weren't even in the dating part yet. We were still just talking. We would go out every once in a while. But that made me think like down the line, I don't want to put anybody in that position. You know what I'm saying? To make a woman feel like she's not necessarily important in my life when she really is in me mentally, but just physically when I'm pushing for success and I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. I can't explain it yet the way I want to because I haven't been there yet. But I've seen it, you know, you dream about it. And even my college was like a pregame for it. Because I didn't even realize how busy I was until she said that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah. So
That's a different perspective.
Yeah.
I never heard from that perspective. I mean, the guy I dated, he never put it that way for me.
Yeah.
He just, you know, it was kind of like, this is what it is. You knew what it was. You knew what I have to do. You know, this is where I'm gonna be all day. But I can say from the woman's perspective, it's more of just like every woman wants to date. You know? Every woman wants her man to be obsessed with her. You can't be obsessed with somebody if you're working towards a goal. You know, and being an entrepreneur, that's like a big time goal where you're pushing yourself to towards something more than most people can understand. You know, so you don't have as much time as anybody. Being an entrepreneur is literally a 7 days a week job, maybe 6. But you give your whole life to something, and there are people around you who are expecting you to essentially slow down and sidesweep what you have, what your big vision is, what your big goal is, especially people who date you from the beginning. Because women who date you in the beginning might not be able to see, you know, the possibility of what you can be, but they only see the reality of what it is now. So they'll see you when you're just starting out, you know, little by little, but then they might want to come back when things are going really well for you. And then when things get really, really well for you, they want to come back around. But a lot of people don't understand that being with an entrepreneur takes a lot of sacrifice, and it takes somebody who's a very forgiving person, because you also have to be able to accept that sometimes somebody might not be able to have time for you, might have to miss your birthday, might have to miss this, might have to miss that because of what their goal is. And you have to decide right then and there, are you someone who wants to deal with that, or are you someone who would rather go and find something that fits you more? And I think everyone should be able to make that decision. I think if he's the person that fits you, then be with him or her, whoever, you know, the entrepreneur is. But if not, then find somebody who fits you better, in my opinion.
Biggest takeaway from that, I want to piggyback off of what you said earlier when you said, you know, I'm young, and for those that are in my seat or in my shoes, or maybe younger or older, doesn't really matter, to take that time to find romance. But I think the biggest part was when you said the last person that was kind of in that box never explained it to you. So I think the biggest takeaway is like communication throughout the whole process. Because I never looked at it like that. Like, I can still do it, but I think I should communicate with that person early. Yeah. To let them know, like, hey, this is what it is. You know what I mean? And then if you want to sign up for it, yeah, it does. It does on both ends.
It sucks on both ends. I think it hurt him to have to say, like, come on, you knew, like, you know my schedule.
I think that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Unless you're dating a rapper or a singer. Then you know what it is.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's like the way he said it was really perfect for me. I think it wouldn't be perfect for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, but it was more like we've known each other for so long. I should be able to just, okay, I get it, and go on. But it was like we had just started dating. Like we were freshly into dating each other, freshly into that honeymoon stage, or where you're supposed to be just so goo-goo over each other. We hadn't even gotten to that part of the relationship yet. So it was more like, you know, more of like a damn, like you're never around. You was trying to pursue me at first. You were here, you were there, you were doing this, you were doing that. Where are you now? And then it was just like I blew up on him, he blew up on me. And he told me, like, you knew what it was. You know my schedule. You know my lifestyle. You know what I'm going through. And I had to respect it. Because at the same time, I was also talking to other guys, because I was like, if I got to respect it, I'm going my way. And I was talking to other guys, and another guy I started talking to was also an entrepreneur, but I was probably more supportive of his business and his mindset and his, you know, dreams and goals, because I viewed him as someone more one-track minded. It was something I could respect more, because I felt like he didn't disregard what he wanted for a second. He never did. He never was like, oh, I'm going to sidesweep my job to, you know, my business to do this or to do that. No, he was always, I mean, I'm talking about he would carry around stuff with his logo on it, just, you know, to be like, what am I? Oh, okay. I would shout him out, but I think that's too personal, honestly. But yeah, I supported his business. Like my friends, family members, I was talking about that business.
Do you think it was a difference because one was already kind of not in his prime, but he was already in the mix, and then one was still on the ground?
No, they were both kind of at the same. I think like the guy I was dating, he was probably a little more like, you could see he was definitely taking off. Like he was getting recognized on social media. Like it was a big deal. It was a big deal. But I would say the other guy, like he's also, I would say like people know about him. My friends knew about him before I even said anything about like his business. But I would say it was just simple fact of, one is self-absorbed and believes like, oh yeah, I'll be able to do it either way, but the other one puts in a lot of work, you know. But I think that Taurus men, they put in a lot of work and they have a lot of really, really respectable drive, and they will do anything to get to their end goal. Taurus women as well, I'm sorry. But I just would say, I'm just trying to differentiate. So he knows.
I think both women and men will do that. I think.
No, I just want to differentiate, so he knows. Okay, just in case he sees it, I want him to know. I'm talking about you, who has the drive, the motivation, commendable skills, and still showed up as a great person in my life. Great human being, friend, anything in between, where I was in a terrible place mentally, and I treated him almost as if like just another option, and that was terrible on my part. And I'm sorry, but yeah. Proud of
accountability. The last part I wanted to say.
Somebody gut wrenched me this morning, so I cried like for 2 hours this morning, and it just was like, you know, I need to be more accountable. I probably treated a lot. Well, I know for a fact I've treated a lot of men very disrespectfully, and I've made it very clear, like, you are not important to me. This is not important to me. You are being used, which is not cool at all. And if I could take it back, I really would. But I think I should have never even I should have taken like a year off of men after my long-term relationship ended, instead of just being an asshole all the time. So yeah, sorry. Genuinely sorry.
It's all good. Growth look good on you, twin. We love to see it. We love to see people growing on this platform type shit. But I think that's it. I want to thank you for taking the time out to come on the podcast finally. Hopefully we can have you again.
I'd be glad to.
Yeah. Hopefully in different weather conditions. Yes, I'm burning up. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But that is it. Do you want to shout out your socials before we head out?
Once again, it's Obsessed with Ash. Obsessed, WITASH. Obsessed with Ash. You follow, I follow.
On the gram. Speaking of the gram, real.t.radio on Instagram, Real Talk Radio 2 O's on TikTok. Please hit us up in the Gmail. I want to hear your opinions on everything. If you have any questions, maybe you have some pushback, maybe you have some suggestions on how I can make this platform better for the average viewer, please, realtalkradio626@gmail.com. Feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But if you want to listen via audio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast. So last time I ended with a little inspirational, motivational quote. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, like, maybe something that you say daily to get you through your day, or maybe your toughest days. Maybe you want to share with the people. So I'm a #1 Hawks fan for real. So I gotta quote Trae Young. Okay. We move, we rise, whatever he say. we move. First we was the hunted, now we are the hunters. No, first we were the hunters, now we are the hunted. So that's my motivational quote for the day. All right, appreciate you, Ashley. We out, man.